Scorpio, hey you guys, sorry I'm starting already. I got interrupted. I started doing this, but basically let me just catch you up real quick and then we'll move on. We'll actually have more time to do the reading if we need it. So it looks like there's a lot of focus in a lot of tunnel vision. I've gotten a mask twice. We've got 8 of voices. So it looks like tunnel vision of something hyper focused on somebody's actions. Looks like there's regret, but there's also so much focus on something that was missed out on that Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. That's 2 people who love each other, 2 people who give. See how one's upside down? Strong Pisces, a lot of emotion about feeling left out. But it has to do with somebody's, let me shuffle these. It has to do with somebody's action. There was a strong, fiery something. And I feel in regret. I'm sorry, so sorry. I had a really amazing, strong reading coming through, and then I had an interruption. So here we are, the Moon card. This is what's next. These are things in the dark, right? The Moon is about things that can't be seen. Strong 8s here. The Moon. Unexpected. I also, what I don't have out here in the pre-shuffle, I also got, I don't know, did I already say this? A lot of regret. Here's Ace of Materials. So somebody's stability and possibly security or safety has been upheavaled. But it's causing I don't like this for you. It's very consuming. Yeah, this card we had in the beginning, in the pre-shuffle. So it's like somebody is finding it more and more difficult to not seclude themselves and hide. But I feel like Spirit is trying to raise you out of this darkness. Lots of darkness. Maybe it's pretending, trying to cover up or not show sadness. 3 of Voices, that's heartbreak. But we also have childhood. We don't have it here. We had it in the pre-shuffle. There was some sort of return from childhood. And there was something drastic that happened, I do believe, that caused an upheaval. And that cause or person or situation is now seeing things differently. Okay, so next we have Queen of Emotions. So there's a lot of love, a lot of emotion involved. Yeah, somebody's, I think, dealing with like abandonment. It's really hard to get over this hurt because there's just a feeling of abandonment, and it's almost overpowering. But see this, we have the Empress. The Empress is self-love. It's lots of 3 energy here. The Empress is self-love. She creates, she nurtures. So I believe that the time has come, and there's another reading that just came out like this where it may be time to stop everything and just really take the time to be this to yourself. Whatever you're craving or feeling lack of from someone else is really probably tied directly to what you're not giving yourself. There's a 3. Yeah. And there's the 9, which is a 333. So 3s might be a number for you guys to watch out for right now. This is 3 of Pentacles is cooperation, it's growth, it's stability. There's a major upheaval in, I believe, your stability right now, and it's replaying itself over and over in your head. So I think, let me just get some clarifiers. Magician, creating, yeah, I think what's happening, Scorpio, oh my gosh, yeah. Scorpio, I think what's happening is the tendency to replay or try and problem solve whatever happened to you is just creating a reliving of the trauma or the sadness. So you may be attaching how you feel and your sadness to somebody that recently didn't work out or rejected you or somehow like that, didn't give equally or see your value, but really it's not even really about that person. It's about some unhealed feelings from the past that it's like if you really kind of want to fix that, you maybe subconsciously feel like, well, if I can overcome this with this person, then it will fix all my past. So it'd be probably good to understand that what you're feeling for that person probably isn't that they are so great. It's the hole that's left from the past. And this could be from cross-watcher energy, but I'm also feeling like for some of you, it's, and some you could call this karma. It could be what's happening to you. Okay, this is going to piss some people off, and don't let it piss you off. If it doesn't apply, it doesn't apply. But for some people, sometimes when things happen to us, and it just really just took forever for me to figure some this out sometimes. But sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, this happened to me because I didn't, maybe it's because of something I did in the past that was not caring for someone's feelings, and it was like an eye-opener. So that could be for cross-watcher. I'm not sure. Anyway, painful ending, but I feel like the voices in your head and the inability or the lack of forward motion to move past some sadness is just recreating the sadness every single day. It's like going through the same breakup or pain every single day because you are thinking about it every single day. It's like the stress hormones and the sadness, it just keeps reliving, right? And the way to break that is to replace it. So you sit there and you tell yourself, I can't, I'm not going to think about this anymore. I'm not going to think about this anymore. We kind of have learned recently, and even though that was pretty convincing there for a while with law of attraction, we've pretty much, neuroscience has proven that that's not really very likely. The more you tell yourself, I'm not going to think about this, probably the more you're going to think about it. The way to do it, you got to set the new patterns, right? Because you've traveled down the sadness road so many times and thought about it so many times. It's the clearest path. It's the easiest way for your brain to go. But taking steps towards changing it just takes effort. So you can, I think the best way is to replace it. So replace the sadness by being busy with other things. Maybe it's planting a garden. Maybe it's jogging. Maybe it's sitting in sun. Maybe it's meditation or a gratitude or a journaling. All those things are extremely beneficial. Gratitudes are extremely powerful. It's impossible. Did you guys know it's impossible to feel lack and gratitude at the same time? So guess what? Get out of your sadness, write down some things you're thankful for, right? And then you just have to build these new patterns. But anyway, it looks to me like somebody is, and I do it too, it just keeps revisiting a sadness or a loss, and it just is recreating that sadness, that heartbreak it's like every day. It's like that movie where 50 First Dates or whatever, where the same thing just happens every single day, right? Okay, so this is a message. I'm going to grab an oracle, but this is basically a message to change that pattern, because it's just recreating the voices in your head. Okay, oh, I know. I'm sitting here going, gosh, this is so negative. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles is juggling. So it might be a little bit of a balancing act for a little bit. But oh my gosh. Okay, this is what you need to do. So in order to change that, and we did have return in the beginning of the reading. So you probably do have a return. But I don't think that's what we're supposed to be focusing on. I think what we're supposed to be focusing on is how to change these patterns of sadness. So what I recently learned that blew my mind was to put a photo, find a childhood photo of yourself, okay, and put it in your mirror or on your computer desk, like on your, on your keyboard, on your lamp, whatever. where you're going to see it and be forced to really see it every day. A photo of yourself as a child. And then every day I want you to look at that photo and say and realize the negative self-talk that you're talking to yourself is you're talking to that child. That to me was just like, oh my gosh. And the self-care, the care that you're giving yourself is the care you are giving that child in that photo. And see if that doesn't help you straighten up or start taking better care of yourself. This reading is all about taking better care of yourself, because it can become a pattern. It can also become addictive. The sadness and the focus of that can become addictive. Okay, so you guys let me know. I always want you guys to let me know what, like, pieces of the reading, how it helped, you know. But this is a strong message of letting the sadness and the voices, we all get rejected. Everybody, every single person. And a lot of times we have these childhood abandonment wounds that came from parents that wanted to provide for us and loved to provide for us. So even if, or tried. So even if it was a really crappy parent and a crappy childhood or a good childhood, there's still abandonment, you know, issues that could be deep rooted in there because of, you know, I mean, doctors used to tell us, let your kids cry, right? Don't put them in the bed with you. Let them cry themselves to sleep. Well, I mean, that it's proven that releases, you know, stress hormones. And so anyway, I'm just saying, sometimes it's there, whether in our minds it's valid, we might not even understand it, okay? But there's some sort of need to stop traveling that path or stop seeking, you know, validation from somebody that's not seeing your value. It's dimming your light. God, this is like across all the freaking readings right now. It's holding back action, taking action, passion. Yeah, and this Seven of Voices is deception, is keeping you from moving forward. This Chariot is all about moving forward. I feel like I'm so repetitive. These readings are just very repetitive, but it is what it is. So let's see what's going on with the person. I might grab a new deck. The person on your mind. They're not happy. They're not growing because of a decision they made. It could have to do with money. But see, what's so freaking crazy right here is I'm totally into the lotus now. Now, I didn't even realize this deck has lotuses in it. Okay, so the lotus is a flower that comes to life when the light is shined on it, when the sun shines on it. And how crazy that's like what totally in my mind, on my mind right now. And you'll see it in the other readings. Just recently been talking about the lotus a lot, but then look at this sun. The sun is in reverse. The sun is not shining, and then we get the Lover's card, and the Lovers has a lotus. So somebody made a wrong decision, but there's also an element of somebody that's like not taking the action or the deliberate action, Emperor, that is required to grow. At some point, not moving forward. Okay, first of all, at some point, staying stuck, not making a decision is a decision, right? Eventually, it's a decision to stay where you are. Okay, so people can wait and wait and wait. Please don't wait. If you're waiting for someone to come back, that fire or that feeling that you're waiting for them to ignite in you, it's inside you, it's not from them. That you think they lit a fire in you, but it really was in you. Okay, and somebody here is choosing not to grow because they're just not doing anything. Okay, so sorry you guys, don't get mad at me. Let me lay out a new spread real quick. Page of Inspiration. Looks like you've got good news coming from the devil. Just kidding. Maybe from a Capricorn. Tell me about this person. So I think this is about not relying on this person to fix it. Finding your own stability and wisdom, the King of Pentacles. Two of Wands is a decision. Again, the person on your mind, the Five of Pentacles. This person is feeling left out also. But I feel like they're making a decision to not fix themselves, and you can't let that hold you back. They see you as being the one that walked away. Or they walked away. This is how they view you in the situation. Yeah. Again, there's some sort of action that was hurtful. But I do also feel, in the beginning, I felt a ton of regret. And they are returning. But you want to really be in a place that you're so powerful that you don't need this person. That validation is going to come from within you. Wow, Two of Cups. Equal love. Two people who give. Two people who love. Two people who see eye to eye. That's what you're not supposed to settle for less than. King of Swords is somebody that's very direct and deliberate. And then we have the Queen of Wands, again, direct, deliberate, and the leaving a situation. Some of you might be needing to get out of a situation, even if it's temporarily, to gain some truth and clarity. Yeah, it's painful. A painful ending. And also I want to say that there could be some of you hanging on to a situation because you're thinking it's a twin flame and using that as a reason to be very loyal and not let go. And let's not confuse two things. You don't have to not love someone to move on with your life. Okay? You can still love them. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can still love this person. You can still think they're your twin. Maybe they are. They could still be your twin. But actually, especially if they're your twin, you're not supposed to stay stuck here. Somebody's making a decision not to move on, and that's what this is screaming. Don't do that. You need to move on, and then it does look like there's a return. I know I'm not really... I think you have a shocking return, but I think the shock, part of the shock also is the realization that your happiness and your growth does not depend on that person. Okay. Also that, and I'm sorry if this, I hope this, yeah, round and round. Look at that. New life. Amazing. Treasure Island, round and round. Let's read round and round. This is like an all-new you, but it's somebody's having to make... Okay, I feel like whoever hurt you is not making a decision to do anything about it, even though there's a lot of pain and regret. So you got to put that in the position if it's you or if it's them. There's also a strong 3 energy here. So it could be that they chose the wrong person. But let's read round and round. Spiral quality of events when a lesson isn't quite integrated. Cycles you are challenged to break, revisiting a pattern from a new perspective. The appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear you've gone backward, the truth is you are standing at a higher level looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, break a cycle set up in the past, and you actually have a bird's eye view of your footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. So in the relationship section, it says, are you wondering how did I get here again? Does something feel familiar right now in your dynamic with others? Maybe too familiar? Don't be surprised that you found yourself repeating an old story with the same sort of person who may not look familiar but attracted you because of your easy acquaintance with his or her qualities. Your relationship is a mix of what is good and what is potentially challenging. You've been drawn to this person through the perfection of Spirit's plan for your evolution. You may have circled back to an accustomed spot, a familiar place, but that's fine as you get to do things again, only different this time. For you learned something of great value since the last time around. How will you choose to behave now that you're aware? Remain curious and stay out of the blame game. So, I mean, just for a few of you, there might be some element of somebody taking advantage financially and you feeling a little bit obligated. But I also feel like there's a need to say not to try and just redirect that energy. Don't forget, do that. If you didn't hear the part about the child, the picture on the mirror, try that. You guys let me know if that works, how it worked for you. I'm positive. So you've got that, you've got skill, we've got techniques here we can use. We've got, because this person is coming back, but I feel like it just is not even really that relevant. I mean, yes, it is relevant, but it's more about the growth that you do and the love that the finding the fulfillment in yourself. So there's strategies that we have gone over are the photo in the mirror, right? It's the journaling and gratitudes. It's impossible to feel sadness and gratitude at the same time. Even if you have to write down why you feel sad and start asking, well, is that even true? Why do I feel this way? Writing it down just miraculously makes things clearer. I think it has to do with because we have to write it, we have to make it make sense when it's a jumble in our mind, but when we put it on paper, it has to make, we have to word it different, and then we're like, wait, this doesn't even make sense. And you see the loop that you're circling. Okay. So anyway, that all needs to, I don't know where that death card came from, but that looks like, I think all that needs to come to an end. Let me, I'm going to grab 3 cards here and see what's coming next in love for Scorpio. Again, 333. I just said, let me grab 3 cards here, which is interesting, and I just felt the need to shuffle 3 times. So, let's see. 333. Okay, so a stable new beginning is coming. Being unblocked. See the 2 in reverse? Wow, there's a 3. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3. Interesting. Ace, a 2, and a 3. I'm going to have to clarify this. This 3 of Swords looks like somebody is it's that cycle thing. It's the repetitive doing something that's not, good for you over and over. But that Pentacle is like powerful. What's this 3 of Swords? Tell me about okay. It's an also I think this again is like it's an option. It's a decision to move forward. Try those tricks. There's 2 sevens. Try those tricks that we just went over, okay? But the 7 of Cups is like, what do I do? And this 7 of Pentacles is actually doing it. It's reaching higher. It's reaching. You might have to force yourself to do things because you might be in a, like a habit. I don't feel like I'm done. Let's see. I have a squeaky chair, don't I? Bring love into the situation. I feel like that's self-love. Remember the Empress? And it's a time for healing. You might actually have to take, oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. You might actually have to take, like I said, a deliberate steps. Maybe write it down and try something for 3 days. Can you commit to 3 days? I'm going to get up. I'm going to wash my face. I'm going to spend whatever it is. Some of you are already doing that every day. So maybe it's, I'm going to spend 10 minutes on gratitudes, or I'm going to stretch. If you're not getting enough body flow or blood flow in your body, that is going to cause harm to you mentally. So sometimes it's the physical that we need to do first, and then it affects the mental. And we sit here and we get stuck in this situation, in this kind of trap or this habit of trying to fix the mental. And then I'll feel like doing it. If I can just do this, then I'll feel like doing it. Flip that if it's not working. If you're really trying to get the physical, waiting to take action until the mental gets right, then flip it. Do the physical, and then I promise you, I challenge you to come back in the comments and say, hey, I went for a 15-minute walk and I didn't feel better. I challenge you to come back and tell me that. I went for a 15-minute walk and I didn't feel better. Or I got the sun. I went out in the sun for 10 minutes and I didn't feel better. I challenge you to do that, okay? This is a take time out to breathe. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Bring love and healing into the situation. You have new moon in Aquarius, balsamic moon. That makes me want a salad. I love you guys. I know I go through all the things that I pretty much talked to you guys about in these readings. I'm with you. I'd go through them all too. And that's a lot of where my passion for bettering myself or bettering or helping you guys comes from me trying to feeling down and wanting to fix, trying to learn how to get better. But we've got disseminating moon. Interesting. I'm going to read that. Full moon in Capricorn, disseminating moon. But it's kind of impossible to work out and cry or feel terrible when you're working out. And for you, it might be gardening. If you can't work out, it might be drawing. It might be coloring. It might be journaling. But there are things that I feel like the person you're sad about is not taking these steps. Which, that's where tarot readings get hard because it could be vice versa, right? Okay, the end, let's see, disseminating moon. There it is. I don't think I've ever seen this card. Or I've never read it. The intensity of the full moon has abated. And what are you left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel like you've hit an obstacle or even failed some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your situation, and then remind yourself life goes in cycles. That's so true. Totally does. It's like I sit here and I beat myself up. I'm like, oh God, I was doing so good for so many months, and then boom, this happened, and now I'm like lost my footing, and it's so disempowering to, even though it's valid when hard things happen, it's so valid. But it's disempowering to, blame might be a harsh word, but to blame it on our circumstances. Because if we do that, then it's almost like we can't fix it, So whether it's valid or bad things happened or whatever, it's still, we still create our environment. We still create our life, okay? Remind yourself that life goes in cycles. I am where I am, and it's okay. Love that. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to share your wisdom and experience that with someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. So just because you're there's a dip, I just bought this book. It's called The Dip. It's basically, I buy all these books and I don't read them. I just want to have their energy around. I haven't read it, so I don't know if it's good, but it's basically saying that there's always a dip right before a peak. So don't forget that there's a dip right before a peak, okay? I feel like this was such a hard reading. I don't even know if I should post it. I'm so sorry, you guys. I feel like I wish it had something more positive. But maybe that's just the energy I'm picking up on when the cards are basically saying it's an end of a difficult cycle is approaching and it's time to heal. Okay, let's see. So, my camera's about to give out. Let me grab one more. There we go. Look at that, all the glitters. There you go. You got really, really good things coming, okay, you guys? I love you guys. Let me know in the comments. I'll see you soon.